Welcome back, guys. So today I'll be doing the top 10 picks for the best PVE units in the game. So this is the second part for the top 10 PvP units that I did earlier, and I'm telling you that these are strictly my opinions, and you're free to disagree with me. Everybody has their opinion, so just let's jump right into it. At the last spot, we have Shin. He is a pretty good unit. He can be used in kill bosses and other kinds of situations. And essentially, what happens is he gets 3 buffs with stacks, and after which in each turn he gets a buff, and if he has 3 buffs it will be removed and all the ally skills will be ranked up. So that's what's happening. He's a pretty good unit in that terms, and also he has a high pretty decent crit damage. He will be pretty good and he crits a lot. Next up, coming at number 9, we have Bluezeldas. I'm taking Bluezeldas over Redzeldas because I think he is a bit more consistent than Redzeldas, and he has more survivability than Redzeldas. He's not as tanky, but he has more survivability with the crit damage card, and he also has a despair card which recovers HP, which is good in the case of PvP. No, sorry, PvE. Overall, he is a good unit and he can be paired with Death Pierce and all to make him crit. And overall, we can give him a crit damage set to make him crit a lot. And coming in at number 8, we have Bluearthur. If only I can find him in this list. Yeah, there he is. I think I must be blind. He has pretty good cards. On his rank 3, it is a stun. It's pretty good card, and I think the best thing about him is this card, his which attack disables, and also he crits a lot. Mostly the PvE units are crit based, I mean to say, because the bosses are having high HP and we need to chuck them out down easily. And also his crit damage increases by 10% for each orb, so he's overall a pretty good unit to be used in PvE. Now going along, we have at number 7 Green Estrosa. Overall, he can be used in many of the stages, but I have to tell a special mention in the Tower of Trials, where he can be used with Melascula, the red version of Melascula, of course, where even if he dies, he can still put up a counter and taunt, so that our rest of the team can survive in that time and probably ult and kill the boss. Because of 2 turns Estrosa doesn't die and he also counters, so that's a pretty good combo and we can do some cheesy things there. Then Coming in at number 6, we have SRL. So you guys might be wondering why I choose SRN, because he has a buff card and he has this these are both normal cards, and his buff card at rank 2 is the same as of Terrieri. I guess it's the same as of Terrieri, which grants him evasion for a turn, and that's pretty good. But the good thing about SR Aaron is, if you have been active during that time, we got a free 6/6 XR Aaron, and it's like a one shot, I guess, if it is 6/6. And he is still useful, but his passive won't work against all of their heroes. It does work against Marlins and Green Gothas, and that's it. Next up on the list, we have Lost Vein Melodies. Is straight up a good unit because of his cards, his passive, his ultimate, all are designed to be pretty good. He's always critting unit, and if he is crit, then his skills rank up, so it's a win-win for us anyways. And we have the sales going on right now, so I recommend everyone to be buying all of his cosmetics, his haircuts and weapons, so that we can use him at his full power. Then coming up at number 4, we have Chorus Elizabeth. She is also a pretty good unit, straight up pretty good for the bosses in stories, because of his shield is based on attack, and even if the boss doesn't break the shield, his ultrain does not work, so that's pretty OP. Then we can rush our ults faster, and we cannot be debuffed during that time, so I guess we can be debuffed, yes, because Meliodas corrosion works, so we can be debuffed, but we cannot be attacked into, and so we cannot be drained, so it's pretty good. So straight up she cucks attacks skills having debuffs, and she's having reflex as the boss is having a lot of attack. It's a guaranteed one shot of the boss if the boss attacks, so that's straight up great. Next up, we are having at number 3 Green Gotha. He's at the top for both PvP and PVE. He is an awesome unit, and there's no need to explain why he's good. Because of pumpkin bombs, he ranks up. It's draining ultimate, and most of all is broken passive. That's just straight up designed to be a boss killer. We have to run him with different races, that's all we have to do. Coming in at number 2, we have Red Terrieri. You guys might be thinking that why isn't Red Terrieri the best unit in the game? I'll be telling that in a short while. Red Terrieri, because she has a buff card, and like Aaron, she has evasion and increases attacks by 10%, so she will be having buffs each turn she attacks, and that will stack, and it synergizes so well with her ult, so it's a pretty good. kit for her. She is pretty good and OP unit. She just one shots bosses, and she was designed to one shot bosses, I guess I have to say. And coming in at number 1 we have Hawk, and I'm putting Hawk as number 1 and not Terrieri because firstly he's a free unit and he has a buff of 50%. He up to date he is a good unit for PVE content. Anything can be cleared with Hawk. If you pair him with Lilia, his PS card is going to do massive amounts of damage, and his ult is also having, is not that pretty much good, but it's okay, and it's kind of one shots because of his passive, but unfortunately he only works in PvE, so that's a bummer. Red Terrieri is not that much easily obtainable, but if you have a 6-6 Terrieri versus a 6-6 Hawk, I will mostly choose a 6-6 Terrieri over the Hawk. But I am not telling about that 1% of players who is having everything 6-6. I'm telling about those moderate players who will not be having every character's 6-6, who even doesn't own the character like me. And as an honorary mention, I will be forced to show you Green Escanor again, because he is a sure one shot and he carries you through the story missions pretty easily. So, and the red version is also pretty good. We can team him up with Red Arthur, and he's also pretty good with amplify cards. And that's it for the top 10 characters that I think are good for PvP, PvE. And one thing I have to tell you that so everyone please save your gems, because 3 of the most powerful units are coming to the game. That is Sariel, Zavan Escanor, and Asadmont Meliodas. They all 3 are pretty insane units, having a lot of damage, lot of value in PvP and both PvE. So there are videos where Asadmont Meliodas is just clapping cheeks. He's just single-handedly clapping 3 to 4 units and just clapping bosses and all. And the one Escanor is also doing the same. All of these units are pretty OP and counters each other. So be sure to save your gems and summon for them. Hopefully I'll be able to get a copy of all of them. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.